What's going on, guys? Runak back here with another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Giguk's Fate series lore video. This was put in a poll that you guys voted on, and this is what won. And then there was a lot of debate whether or not I should watch this one or watch the video of Otaku Dan, I believe was his name. And I put that up in another poll, and you guys still voted for this one. So anyone who's mad that I'm watching this one, you can blame people who voted for it. But yes, we are checking this out. A lot of people said that this will just make me more confused, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I'll be starting my own Fate journey with the visual novel over on my Twitch. I'll be doing that live, and I'll upload the VODs to this channel, so if you want to check that out, head over to my Twitch. I'll put the link in the description. That should start this weekend, hopefully. But yes, let's just get right into it. As always, if you have any suggestions for what I should react to in the future, could be other explanations of series like Zelda or even Fallout. You know, that's something I don't know a lot about. If you have any suggestions like that, please leave them down below, but let's get right into it.
Honkai Impact 3rd. Gamers, gacha gamers. You know me, I love my 2D girls, and Honkai Impact 3rd has the cream of the crop.
This is the sponsor segment. No free sponsorship. No.
And with that said, let's get on with the video. The Fate series is one of the most expansive franchises in all of anime. In between all the games, anime, manga,
there are a lot of games. I didn't realize. I'll be pausing it every now and again. I didn't realize how many games there were until I did that first reaction video of Fate. And all of that was apparently games. I thought like most of that was anime. One
of the most daunting franchises for any newbie to try to get into. A little while ago, I made a joke skit called Trying to Understand the Fate franchise, based around how confusing the entire thing looks for an outsider looking in. And satire aside, it was based on many real-life conversations I've actually had with Fate fans trying to explain the franchise to newcomers. And every time that happens, I always hear,
I've been getting that a lot.
Long version, or do you
want
the short version?
Because I always love learning stuff. You guys have been posting like paragraphs, like full on like books in the comments, and I've just been reading them like, wow, that, like reading it, I'm a visual learner, so reading it like it just confuses me so much more. I really appreciate that though, that you guys are taking the time to write all that and send it to me. But I'm much more of a visual learner, so
everyone asks for the
this
short
might confuse me, but at least I'll get some more information
like
from
a
it.
Convoluted mess of information. Thought you were going to give me the short version. This is the short version. But ever since I made that video, and because no one ever actually asked for it, I've always wondered to myself, what is the long version? The Fate franchise fascinates me. Originally created by Kinoku Nasu, what started as just a single eroge visual novel has turned into a multi-billion-dollar franchise with more media than any sane person can.
There's so much.
I mean, just look at all this
I didn't realize how
many there is.
It was.
There's at least 5. So it can be easy to forget how and why people became fans in the first place, that many newcomers may even forget to ask, what is Fate even about?
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there. So it's because of it, like a lot of you guys said, he like over satires some stuff with like some comedy elements, and I assume this is one of it. So it's basically like the winner, you know, it's like Pokemon. You have your Pokemon, they fight for you. If you win all the battles and you're the last one standing, then you get the Holy Grail, and you get to make like a wish, any wish you want or something, is what I'm getting at. You know, like a battle royale where you get the win, and if you get that win, you get whatever wish you want.
Battle royale between all your favorite people from history and legend to create the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. God, I hope my audience isn't too young to understand that reference. And the Holy Grail War is just basically nothing.
I don't understand that reference.
Let's just cut the video there. That's all you need to know about Fate. However, the background and lore of the entire Fate universe is unimaginably deeper than that. So much so that every single spin-off, anime, manga, novel, every single piece of Fate's media takes place in a coherent universe fitting somewhere on a grand timeline, which is also shared with Nasu's other works, creating this grand universe known only as the Nasuverse. So you know what I thought would be
Is that the actual like timeline?
What if I tried explaining the entire Fate timeline? word being thought, implying it was me in the past tense. It was a shit idea. Explaining all the Fate lore and timeline in detail would take hours and hours. I mean, just look at some of these wiki pages. This isn't a wiki page, it's a fucking light novel. Saber lore. That time some slag at a pond threw a sword at me and I accidentally became the fucking King of England. So this is more like the short version. Or is it the short, long version? Or is it the medium version?
This build up is just get to the point, Giga. God,
Obviously,
come on, bro. I love you.
spoilers,
But you gotta get to the
I'm going to try and
point.
keep it focused on the lore and universe and where every series fits in the timeline, rather than what actually happens in any individual series. So, hopefully it won't spoil your experience too much if you decide to walk into hell with us. So,
I am. I'm gonna walk right there with
let's
all of you
start explaining
guys.
all of Fate.
I feel left out, and I don't want to feel left out. I want to be
Now,
included.
All we have to do is just turn the camera off and delete the file, and no one will ever have to know.
I like that symbol. It's fucking cool looking.
See that, Giguk? That was Giguk 3 months ago. I've been putting off filming this for 3 fucking months. Just kill me now. Oh,
This is why I don't edit.
This is my
Just
typical
straight raw
shit again.
footage.
Hello and welcome to my TED.
Too much effort.
Introducing the Fate timeline, I'm going to be cosplaying the most powerful servant in the history
I don't have
of the
that
Fate
time nor
timeline,
effort at the moment.
Steve Handjobs. But before we get to the Fate timeline, there are a few core concepts
I get
we
that
need to
reference.
bang
I
out
watched
first
Trash
so
Taste.
everything makes sense. Firstly is Akasha. See, Fate exists in this grand world of magic and mages where you can summon heroic beings from the past, present, and future.
Okay.
And all this derives from Akasha. What is Akasha? See, Akasha is this metaphysical place that exists outside of time and dimensions that is the source of all events and all the souls in all timelines. And I like using big words to make me sound smart. Basically, everything that's ever happened and everyone you know, you can thank Akasha for it. 2020 as a whole?
Okay.
Thanks, Akasha.
Yeah.
The Chad himself, Chug Jug's Fortnite remix. Thanks, Akasha. The one time in class you thought you had a
It is
silent
a
fart,
banger.
but you ripped out a fat one and everyone heard it and stared at you and your brain still reminds you about it every time you're about to sleep? Fuck you, Akasha. So instead of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff, this is more like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, goopy galaxy, diddly dimension, rickety reality.
So basically, it's like Akasha is the entire history of everything. You know, that it's the predicted future as well as the predicted past. Like everything that is meant to happen will happen. Essentially, is what I'm getting that Akasha is. Like 2020 will always have happened, but maybe just some things would have been different, played out differently, is what I'm getting.
Stuff. Where every timeline and every reality exists at the same time, meaning there are no spin-offs, every fate is canon, life is a line. Yes, that smutty dojin of Minamoto going ada on the order is canon in some timeline. You can't prove me otherwise. Are you with me? Good. This is important.
I think
because
so.
the
I
end
think I'm with it.
goal of every mage in the Fate universe is to find a way to reach the root of Akasha. But Giguk, why do all mages want to find the root of Akasha? Well, I'm glad you asked, probably confused viewer.
Thank you.
I really hope you're not confused right now. This is just the beginning.
I really like that he
Talk about the
that
magic
he points out that I'm gonna be fucking confused. Really, that makes me feel good about this.
system that exists
I think
in
I
the
got it at the
multiverse,
moment.
Because as we all know, in this universe, mages exist and use magecraft, aka magic.
Okay.
Right? Wrong.
Oh no. Okay.
Incorrect. Erroneous. Mistaken.
What did they
I can't
use?
think of any more words off the top of my head. What are you,
Bro.
an idiot? Why would anyone assume that magic and magecraft are the same thing? Look at this guy. Typical man that can't tell the difference between magic and magecraft. No. You got magecraft, the weak sauce imitation butter. Ooh, I can't believe it's not magic. And then you got the Chad true magic. This is the top tier gourmet shit. This is the shit real mages want to use. The kind of shit Gordon Ramsay has to taste off and goes, finally.
Some good fucking
Magic. Well, this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And once someone gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that original mage. Basically, no one has real magic, and they're trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn? But what's stopping all mages from getting to this mythical place called Akasha? Well, you have this thing called the counterforce. This is kind of like a safety mechanism that stops the world from going extinct because the Earth is actually alive and has a will, and don't worry about that right now. And the counterforce itself is made up of two parts. The collective unconscious will of humanity itself to survive, Alaya, and the will of the planet itself, Gaia. online. Why is this important? Because the counterforce has powerful defense mechanisms, like being able to summon heroic spirits from Earth's history in order to defend itself, which we call servants. Sound familiar?
I understood that reference.
So it'll
Wait,
intervene
so
anyone.
who are the Magic Craft guys? Is that the summoners? They wanna wish to view Akasha, or is only some of them wanting to? I'm like 8 minutes in. I should just be quiet.
Galaxy timey-wimey place, and mages have to find a way
Okay.
around it. Are you with me? Are you with me?
I think
Good.
so.
If you're already confused, may I introduce to you the phrase everyone in the Fate fandom holds in the highest esteem as the holiest words in our gospel. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Why is the cast of Fate Stay Night sharing a nice wholesome meal instead of trying to brutally murder each other? Don't worry about it. How do reality bubbles work? Don't worry about it. What is the moon? Don't worry about it.
Wait. What?
Please don't worry.
No, wait.
Please don't ask me what the moon is. I'm not
I
going
wanna
to talk
know.
about the moon. To recap.
Wait, someone told me what the moon is. I want to know what the moon is.
Timey, goofy galaxy, rickety reality place that every mage is trying to get to so they can use the top tier gourmet true magic. But the only thing stopping them is the counterforce, which they have to try and find a way around. Did you get all that?
Yeah, I got it.
All the background.
All right, so the Magic Craft guys want to become real magic people, so they enter this war to get to Akasha that they can only do through the Holy Grail War, which is a pathway into Akasha, and then they become wizards. I got it. I understood it all. Don't worry about it.
Information you need to know before we start the timeline.
What?
Jesus Christ, we haven't even started the timeline yet.
No, I'm pretty sure I've got it all. Like I said, I'm bad at explaining.
Stuck against the wall, strung together with a string or something like that, like you see in that Always Sunny meme.
Mm-hmm.
But then I soon realized I don't have a wall big enough. So that's why I'm using the green screen. Definitely not because I want to rip off Nakey Jakey. Now, starting right at the beginning, before any
this is at least entertaining. I feel like if it was just, like plain out explaining it to me, I would be so bored. Or at least this is like entertaining. Like I can pay attention because he's being entertaining about the whole thing. Even if it is making me a little confused, just like how rushed he makes it like this, like the Akasha thing, and the like makes me a little confused. At least I'm retaining some information about it.
The Age of God. So yeah, apparently right at the beginning of Fate lore, there was this period of time where gods roamed the earth with man, mythical creatures existed, and
sounds fucking sweet.
Physics apparently just wasn't a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently this thing called mystery governed the law of the worlds, which I don't know
what are you doing?
Don't worry about it. Like I just
it's
imagined in my head some ancient humans trying to let go of an apple, and physics tries to drop it, and mystery's like, no. We do not do that here. And then the apple just flies off to fucking Narnia. But everything changed when the Sefer Nation attacked.
The what?
This next time period is called Deterioration. This titan called Sefer invaded and destroyed most of the world and was only beaten back by this mighty sword called Excalibur.
Yeah!
After the gods weaken a bit, mystery starts to wane, and physics is like, yo, is anyone going to drop that apple? Which takes us to separation. So the gods are a little pissed that they can't go down to Earth anymore because they're so weak, so they make Gilgamesh, who's 2/3 god. Because gods don't give a shit about maths, apparently, with the intention of making him the keystone to connect the gods and the humans. Now, for anyone not familiar with the Fate verse,
I remember this guy from some of the openings.
Gilgamesh. You know that one meme, is this some peasant joke I'm too poor to understand?
Mm-hmm.
Well, imagine if that meme
Horrible
was
Histories
reincarnated as a person. That's Gilgamesh. So yeah, he decides to rebel, and the gods were like, no. This guy doesn't want to take orders from us. No, come on, you're joshing us right now. This is a prank. Come on, where are the hidden cameras? I'm on MTV Punk'd, aren't I? And so with that, the gods cannot interfere with humans anymore. And thus begins the Age of Man. From the year 0 AD, the human population explodes, magic and magecraft is replaced with science, and most importantly, physics exists now, guys! Yeah! I was meant to start Party Popper, but I completely forgot to. Alan, can you edit Party Popper?
No, it just kind of looks like he's milking something.
Thank you. That's right, screw your mystery. I have E equals MC squared. Okay, remember right at the beginning of this video when I said the Fate franchise was about this thing called the Holy Grail?
Yeah.
Well, we can finally start talking about the Holy
Perfect.
Grail. See, the Grail is touted as this omnipotent, magical, wish-granting device, and that's only partially true. See, around the 1800s, these epic magic gamer girls, called the Einsburns family, figured out a way to the root of Akasha. That place that gives you true epic gamer magic. By using the Holy Grail to summon 7 heroic spirits and then sacrifice them, and using that mana to summon an even greater Grail called the Greater Grail, which has access to the root of Akasha. But of course, all the various magic games...
I feel like the holiest Grail would have suited it better. How do you figure that shit out? Like that you gotta use the Holy Grail to summon 7 spirits?
Girls and boys couldn't agree on who would actually get access to this magic, so they decided to have a meeting to decide.
Okay.
One could even say that it was a magic
meeting.
The Gathering. Or in Fate, we just call this the Holy Grail War, which finally leads us to the timelines to all the wars.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe I...
So, the Holy Grail War is the fight to get to Akasha, because the winner basically gets the Holy Grail, which is the key to getting to Akasha.
I flunked world history, and I'm about to recite the entire history of some fictional war that happened. Okay, so you got like the first Holy Grail War, which happened around the 1800s. This is when the 3 main mage families, the Einsburns, the Toesuckers, and the Matos, couldn't agree on who could get access to the Grail. So they were like, guys, we've got a bunch of servants lying about. Tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tour! This was hardly what you'd call an actual war though, and more like a 3 AM brawl at the local mage pub, which ended because everyone got bored and time ran out. Then came the second Holy Grail War in the 1860s with the same parties involved, but this time everyone went a bit fucking mental because everyone died, nobody won, and future generations were like, wait a minute, do we need rules? What the fuck is a Geneva Convention? Then came the third Holy Grail War in the 1930s where the church gets involved.
Wait, so this is also over the one gateway to Akasha. Like, it's not even like, no one won the first one, no one won the second one, and we're in the third one, and they're still fighting over to get to Akasha. Okay.
Are you using the term Holy Grail? God, are we allowed to copy strike that? And everyone's happy with that because they can enforce the rules. So the church is like, all right, gamers, I want a fair fight. No going for the eyes, no kicking below the belt, and for God's sakes, no summoning any illegal servants. So then the Einsburns summon an illegal servant. And so they get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that auto wins them the war, except lol, JK is actually super weak and dies, and is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the fourth Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero. I'm not going to spoil what happens in it. And finally, we have the Grand Sugar Daddy that birthed everything we're talking about. The fifth Holy Grail War, aka the events of Fate's Day Night. Following Shiro fighting in it using the power of friendship and fucking, mana transfer.
What?
The CG dragon still haunts my nightmares. What's important here is that this war has at least 3 different timelines because the original Fate's Day Night was a visual novel.
Do I get to see Booba in visual novel?
Words, and
gotta start that as soon as I can.
To put it more simply, you got the Saber route, the Best Girl route, and the Sakura route with extra fucking, mana transfer. But it doesn't stop there, because next we got Fate Hollow Ataraxia, which is kind of like a sequel to Fate's Day Night because it takes place 6 months after the events that happened in there. So you may be wondering which one of the 3 routes it follows, and the answer is...
all of them.
Yes. So one of the main girls from Fate's Day Night, Rin, is doing some magic experiments, and she does a little bit of an oopsie, and completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't sound like a little oopsie, this sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good because she looks great in thigh highs. So we're following this mage Bazette who was
thigh highs are great, I must say. I have to agree with
it. She's now alive along with Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango. And they're stuck in a Groundhog Day type time loop, living the same 4 days over and over, and she has to find a way to escape without fading from existence because she was originally dead, and I guess people die if they don't exist. Since most of this takes place in a time loop, this is basically just Fate Re-Zero Edition. So you can essentially just call it Fate Zero.
Is that what?
And you know what?
Is that what it's called?
Flagship Fate series. We did it, guys. Woo! That was pretty simple, right, guys? What are we missing?
Oh.
Fuck. Of course, we are going to have to fill this timeline in with all the other Fate media out there. So let's do the time warp again. Oh my god. Alan, fucking cut that. Alright, so let's start with Fate Apocrypha. So the Fate Apocrypha timeline is exactly identical to the original timeline, except when we get to the Third Holy Grail War, where the timeline was like, you know what? Nazis.
What?
Because of course it's the fucking Nazis. So the Nazis join the Third Holy Grail War, and instead of there being a winner, the Nazis steal the Greater Grail system. And so after that, a Transylvanian Nazi mage guy steals it from the Nazis again, and then I guess the Nazis go on to lose World War II as usual. Fast forward to the future, and somehow the entire world finds out about the Greater Grail system, and everyone and their dog tries to make a cheap imitation of it. And so because of this, the Transylvanian Nazi sorcerer guy vows to make the Holy Grail War great again. And so he makes the Great Holy Grail War. I shit you not, this is what it's called. And so now instead of 7 servants, you have 14 servants separated into 2 teams, red and black. That's right, it's a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch. Team deathmatch. Team deathmatch. Team deathmatch. Stab it!
And so we get a season of red versus black, Mordred is hot, and a stealth will make straight guys question their sexuality, and gay guys question their sexuality, and gay girls question their sexuality. And me question my life choices for spending $400 for a dick. That concludes the events of Hitler's Day Night. Next on the menu, we have today's menu for Emir family. Did you see what I did there? This is, I think, just another alternate ending to the 5th Holy Grail War, where I guess nobody dies and they all just sit around cooking and playing volleyball and being happy, and this is canon, okay? They never explain where this takes place on the timeline, but I don't care. They're all happy, Akasha made it, it's canon. Like in my mind, this is the reality when someone just tried playing the Fate visual novel but got bored 5 minutes after reading words and then just left and never came back. And then all these characters are just sitting around having a gay old time waiting for the Holy Grail War to start. This is what happened. This is the reality where Sea-Dog VA tried to play Fate. Alright, so I'm just going to make a Fate Stay Night bubble, and then I'm going to put Fate Tiger Coliseum and Fake Unlimited codes in this bubble, because they're just fighting games and they're already beating the shit out of each other in the series anyway, so I guess these are just the filler episodes we never got to see.
Okay.
We've got Fate School Life, which is kind of like a slice
I think I'm following along pretty well.
Universe that also has Ataraxia characters in it, so I guess it goes here. Can you tell how I'm sure I am right now? Lord Elmanoid's Case Files. This is basically just CSI Magic.
This is the one that got my video taken down. This anime's opening got my video taken down.
Zero, but before Fate Stay Night, starring Fate Zero's Wave.
I'll never forgive you.
Wave's gone from Daddy Step on Me to
banger of an opening.
Step on Me, Daddy. All right. Now we get into the manly shit.
Yeah!
DJ Khaled, line of Prisma Ilya.
Magic girl!
Where Ilya becomes a magical girl. And instead of summoning servants, the magical girls can use these magical cards to channel the power of a servant.
Ooh!
And also there's a magical talkie wand, don't worry about it.
Nice.
Before I properly got into the
Whoa!
I thought that this was just an unrelated spin-off that had nothing to do with the main universe. But no, not only does this directly diverge from the main timeline, but it has 2 separate universes within its own universe. It's a fucking Ilya multiverse. And the beginning of the Ilya multiverse doesn't even have Ilya in it. Oh god, I love you so much, Fate, but you just don't make things easy, do you? Alright, I'm gonna try and do my best, so stick with me here. The first universe is the one detailed in the movie Oath Under Snow, following this girl called Miyu, which is why we call this the Miyu-verse, because her name is Miyu and she's the child of God, don't worry about it. She's taken in by Shiro, and then they have another Holy Grail War, but not the usual Holy Grail War, but the Ainsworth Holy Grail War. Can you guess why it's called the Ainsworth Holy Grail War? Because it was made by the Ainsworth. Shiro then sends Miyu to an alternate universe, which we call the Ilyaverse, which is all sunshine and rainbows, where the 4th Holy Grail War didn't happen and Kiritsugu's Father of the Year. You got cute girls doing cute things, cute girls doing magical things, and cute girls doing each other. This is the universe where season 1 and 2 of Prisma Ilya happens, but then you have season 3, which jumps back into the Miyu-verse. And if you think that complicates the timeline, how about this little knowledge nugget? So, in the original Fate Stay Night...
So far it's not too complicated. I think it's just like explaining the process of how it happens is the complicated part. But if you just straight up showed me the timeline, I'd be able to sort of like figure out what's happening. So they jumped, lived a life, jumped back, is what it is
Ilya
in this timeline.
is 18.
Yes.
She's 18. She's older than Shiro.
Legal.
But in the Iliaverse, she's the same age as when the timelines diverge, which theoretically should make her the same age as she was in Fate Stay Night. But she's not. And the series makes it very clear that she is under 18.
Okay.
So which is it, Fate? Which is it?
Not
I need to know.
legal.
You know, I would say don't worry about it.
Uh.
But I'm pretty sure the FBI are going to do that for me. All right, moving the fuck on from this mess of a legal situation. You got Fate, also known as the Fate Extra universe. This splits off from the Third Holy Grail War in the Angry Mango timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the mages turned into hackers and they tried to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside this supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer moon is hosting a virtual reality Holy Grail war because it's actually alive. I don't realize how ridiculous this sounds until I read it out loud. Don't worry about it. So yeah, it turns out the moon knows shit and you can hack the moon. And it also has Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night, but not the original Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night. What are you, stupid? They're just characters who look, sound, and dress exactly the same, but they're different.
I mean, the outfits are kind of different.
Because I'm not.
Like,
so you got
he
the
doesn't
Fate
have
Extra
the cross.
games, the Fate Extra Triple C games, and then you got the anime. Fate Extra Last Encore in its own separate timeline that takes place in the year 3000. And Rin's great-great-great-granddaughter. It's just fucking Rin. Fate Grand Order. Oh god, you're not gonna make me break down Fate Grand Order.
No, do it. I'm interested.
Now
I'm in. You
so
hooked
Fate
me.
Go is a mobile gacha game along with some anime adaptations where the first Holy Grail War never happened, the world is fucked for some reason, and you have got to travel back in time to various points in history to fix the fucking timeline.
Okay.
And every different timeline you fix is called singularities. Basically, imagine Fate Back to the Future, except there are like 7 sequels, all with different diverging timelines, and you're not trying to fuck your mum, you're just trying to fuck all the servants. All right, so for simplicity's sake, I think it would just be easier
solid.
to just draw out the Fate Go
Great
timeline.
pitch.
And then here in its own corner is just Fate Prototype, which is Kinoku Nasu's original concept for Fate, where King Arthur's actually a guy?
What?
Get out of here with your damn historical
How dare you.
inaccuracies. So essentially, this is just a non-existent project because the
Where
only
are the
thing that
titties?
exists is a 12-minute trailer that was made purely for fan service. Which is even more bizarre when you consider Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, which is the prequel to Fate Prototype. They made a prequel, a full light novel prequel, to a 12-minute commercial. Like, did I really think Fate fans are that hungry for content? A type movie
I mean, if it's as good as that, the Memorial movie.
Open wide. Content. Give me anything. And then this prequel to a project that basically doesn't even exist has a side story called Fate Labyrinth. A side story.
Wait, why is King Arthur a girl again?
Anime fans are on suicide watch. You can tell that line was written months ago because, yeah, where the fuck did this come from? And all this would be a completely alternate universe with no connection to the original universe, but I shit you not, one of the characters has a dream that connects this universe to the Fate Stay Night universe.
What?
Yep. It's literally canon by dream. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end. Next is Fate Strange Fake. This is a light novel series that takes place after the 5th Holy Grail War in America, where they do their own Holy Grail War with hookers and blackjack, written by the same guy who did Bakano. As a recording, we don't know if this follows on from the main flagship timeline or is part of an alternate universe, but what we do know is that there's a servant called Watcher and it's literally just a fucking whale in the sky. I'm sorry, I must have missed the legend where a fucking flying whale saves Earth. Does Free Willy count as a legendary hero of history?
Of course!
Now,
Fucking Free Willy,
It's
bro.
Tokyo in the 1940s. The Nazis are at it again, but this time so are the Japanese military.
Damn
it's
Nazis.
The Third Grail War with seemingly no other connections to any of the Grails.
Those
and it's a manga
rascals,
run by a
those
Demon Slayer
Nazis,
manga.
them.
We got Fate Requiem. Not a lot about this is known right now because it's not been officially translated, but what we do know is that it's set in the future after some kind of Holy Grail war, and somehow everyone has their own Holy Grail. And also there's this new servant called Voyager, who I guess is the Voyager space probe, except I have no fucking clue how a space probe becomes a servant, let alone a blonde Shota boy, let alone a blonde show-to-boy space probe servant. And don't tell me to worry about it, because I'm not. Can you see how much I'm not worrying about it? I am not worrying about it.
I think he's worrying about
But
it.
seriously, how the fuck? And finally, in a bubble within its own fucking dimension, is Carnival Phantasm, where all the Fate characters and other characters from Nasu's other works are just hanging out, I guess.
I'm cool with
Doesn't
that.
make any sense.
Yeah.
I have no idea where this fits in the timeline. I think this is just a bubble reality where Akasha got fucking drunk. And that's it.
I'm fine with that. It's a banger opener.
Is the long version.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Giguk, what about the rest of the Nazi verse? You gonna do that as well?
Did you say Nazi verse or Natsu?
How about no? Originally, this was meant to be a grand video where it talks about all the funny and ridiculous things I found out about Fate lore as a whole. But when I started it, I kind of realized I'm gonna need 20 minutes just to explain the fucking timeline. So you know what? This may just be the first part in a multi-series lecture from hell. Because the worst thing about Fate is that after going through all the timelines, after connecting all the lore, after spending far too many hours consuming Fate media and reading pages upon pages of wiki articles, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh god, this chart actually makes sense to me. The entire timeline is actually the simplest part of Fate lore. Fate is just an all-encompassing whole that just gets darker and gloomier the deeper you go down.
I think I understand quite a bit.
People wonder what's at the bottom of the abyss in Made in Abyss.
Like, obviously, he
It's
was
just the fucking
kind and
entrance to
didn't.
the Fate hole.
He was kind and didn't spoil much for me. So I think I understand quite a bit. You know, like the Holy Grail War is a war to basically get to, I forgot the name of it already. The magic, become magic, not the basic bitch magic. And no one has won the war yet, apparently, is what I'm
the
hearing.
real short version Fate newcomers, you watch either of these two, and then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want. Or you know what? Fuck all this. Start with the spin-off series. Start with lesbian lollies kissing. Start with Fate MasterChef. Fuck. Start with the Dojinshis for all I care. Just ignore all the shitstorm going on in the comment section right now. The reality is, it doesn't really matter where you start. As long as it looks interesting to you, then go for it.
That's a great
message. The problem
message.
is there's so many people who are obsessed with optimizing the perfect read and watch order that they forget that if you enjoy the experience and it gets you into Fate, then who the fuck cares what order you watch it in? Because look, memes aside, the Fate
I love
lore
that. I love that kind of message of like, just watch what you want. It doesn't really matter too much. Like, as long as you end up watching all of it, you end up understanding it all. But I still think I am obviously gonna start with the visual novel, and I might move on from there. Just because I kind of want to see that starting point of what it was. But like a lot of the anime looks fucking great from the openings.
But it is an awesome franchise. It's a series that can have amazing fights with balls to the walls action and magical moments that
I love the
deep into your
designs, too.
heart. And then Thomas Edison shows up as a lion. Because if you've reached the end of this video knowing nothing about Fate and this is the video that's convinced you to give it a try, what the fuck is wrong with you? This got you interested in Fate? Oh god, why didn't you just listen to me the first time and go with the short version?
Alright, I think that's it from here.
I'm done.
Yeah, alright, that's it. That's it for the video. Yeah, okay, I feel like I understand quite a bit now. I don't remember a lot of the names of what he said, but I remember like Magic Craft, and they want real magic, so they use the Holy Grail to some of the servants, and then they decide, you know what, we're gonna have a big fight. Big fight to decide who gets to become the magic person. And then no one won the fight, from what he told me in here. I assume someone did win the fight. No spoilers though. I'll find out eventually. But yeah, okay. I understand. I get what you guys mean by like he definitely over exaggerated some points and made it a bit more complicated than needed be. But I also think the way in which he tells it is the only reason I watched it and was engaged for all of it. Like I feel like if someone was just sitting there and just casually just talking in a monotone voice, explaining the timeline to me, I'd just be more confused, or I wouldn't be interested. Whereas like this has sort of piqued my interest a bit because I am a bit confused, and I'm like, well, maybe I should go figure it out for myself. And I'll be starting my Fate journey. But yeah, no, very good. If there's any other Fate lore videos or such I should check out, please let me know. I'm really loving the Fate stuff I've been doing, and I really want to get more into it. But yeah, any other Fate stuff, any other lore videos you want me to check out, like I said at the start, like Zelda, Fallout, Halo even. Please let me know down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for telling me to watch this. And coming, hopefully in the next few days, will be my Gundam opening reactions to some of them, not all of them in the first video, and Black Clover as well. But I'll thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. This is a weird point at which I paused. Bye.